Alright, welcome back everybody to part 16 of the Dark Souls 3 All Bosses playthrough. We are momentarily back at Firelink Shrine. I was just able to upgrade my weapon to max, so plus 10. So getting the most damage that we can out of this Exile Great Sword. And we're also here to talk to Grey Rat.
You know about leaving for another round of...
So, as he tells us, he is wanting to go for one more round of pillaging. We're gonna let him go ahead, and we'll see what ends up happening with him. If you're like, wait, but he's got so much stuff that I still want to buy from, like, don't worry about it, because we'll still be able to buy from his inventory later.
Do stay safe, you.
Yes, so we'll be seeing him fairly soon. Alright. Now, on our way back, oh, we do have that undead bone shard to burn real quick. Perfect. We're going to go back to the Dragonslayer Armour bonfire. So before we go up those stairs, there is an item just right down here, Titanite chunk. And then we'll go back up here. Nothing else around here to get. Now this is one of the funnier parts of Dark Souls 3 because we literally just sat at a bonfire right there. And there's another one already. Alright, so up here, this is Goddard. And he has the Grand Archives key that we're able to grab off of his corpse. This key will not, like, Goddard will not be here if the other three Lords of Cinder aren't dead. So that is required. You're able to do that whole part of Lothric Castle and beat Dragonslayer Armour and everything pretty much at any point of the game that you want to. But the Grand Archives is locked until... Abyss Watchers, Yorm, and Aldrich are all dead. So, just keep that in mind. Alright, as we enter the Grand Archives, straight in front of us, a Crystal Sage is going to appear, just like the boss. We're going to try to get as much damage in here as possible. Unfortunately, he's going to teleport into later in the level, so if you're not doing enough damage to him, he'll just... keep running away, and he's just really annoying. Alright, the Grand Archives can be a little confusing the first time you're running through. There's a ton of different branching paths all throughout it, so I'll try to guide you through as best as possible. I'll start by coming over here to the right, picking up this Titanite chunk. Okay, then from here we're able to go up these stairs. Crystal Lizard. Still not one-shotting. That is so weird. There you go. A couple of drops from that one. So you can hear the Crystal Sage as you're going throughout the level. It's going to want to shoot towards you. Okay, you can drop down here. You see that item there. You can't get it right now, but we'll be able to in just a bit. By coming around this area, watch for the thrall to drop. There you go. Okay, one enemy that is unique to this area are these, I don't even know what you call them. They're some kind of, I don't know. I know the actual enemy name, but I can't remember it right now. I call them just wax heads. Yeah, that's the best way to describe them, because they literally have their heads just dunked in wax, and I'll show you why they do that in just a second. We're able to grab this item. Another thrall for us to kill. Okay, so we're going to come up here and kill these guys. They're not hard by any means. The ones with the lit candle like head, they're able to do a little bit more to you and cast some sorceries. So they can be a little bit tougher, but even then, they're still kind of a joke. Come back here real quick. Pick up this. Perfect. And then we'll come over to this area. There's a Lothric Knight waiting for us just around this corner. Grab this item hanging over the ledge. There's an item in here. Crystal Chime. Okay. Now we can go back. Pretty sure there's nothing back here. Yeah, nothing for us to grab there. Okay, so the reason these dudes have wax on their head is to protect them from some things that will just like shoot out of the bookcases that we'll see here in a minute. But you can actually do the same thing by walking up to this pool of wax, and it lets you dunk your head in it. And there you go. Boom. You are now a wax head. So come into this room, and you'll see it in action. There's a crystal lizard up here that we'll want to get. There's a couple of them in this room. So these hands, they would spread curse if you didn't have your head covered in wax. So you don't need to do the whole wax head thing, but it just makes things easier, and it also doesn't last forever. So you kind of have to keep an eye on yourself and see when that runs out. Okay, now we're looking for a lever to pull. It's going to reveal, here we go, a secret room over here to the left. This is a chest, not a mimic, that we're able to open, which is locks. And Power Within. Very good incantation that just kind of buffs you before you go into a boss room or anything like that. Alright, come over here to the right, grab this. Then we can kick this ladder down to earlier in the level. You'll see there's a crystal lizard right here. This one's kind of complicated to get to. We got another one right here that we can get pretty easily. Alright, we're now close to the crystal lizard. I think we did enough damage with that first encounter that we should be able to take him down here. Yep, there we are. He drops the Sage's Scroll. Crystal Sage's Scroll, something like that, I think. Crystal Scroll, yeah. It was something along those lines. Okay, then we'll come back here and make sure that we don't miss these items. Okay. Here we're able to drop down onto this, grab this item. Alright, and then this is the fun one. Alright, let's see if we can get it. Beautiful. It's a lot harder to platform in these games as opposed to Elden Ring, where you just have an actual jump button. And I believe that's all that's up here. And luckily we kicked that ladder down, so we're able to just get right back up there. Alright, so now heading back up. Alright, if your wax has run out like it has for me, we got another pool here that we can dip our head into. Grab this item here. Okay, now we can come out here to this balcony. Grab Homeward Bone. There's an item right up there that we'll be able to grab here a little bit later in the level. There's a ladder here. So if you didn't want to go up to those steps to where the crystal sage was, this is another way of being able to get up here and kind of like get behind it. But either way, it takes you to the same place. Alright, there's nothing left over there, right? Yeah, just want to make sure. Perfect. Okay. So now we can come up these steps. Some more thralls waiting for us. Okay, now over here is an illusory wall. Before we start going over it towards there, there is another, wow, I always forget, Outrider Knight in this area. So these guys are always fun, but we are prepared. Oh, come on. Go. And we get his armor set from this one. So, pretty cool armor set. And over here, if you heard that moaning that was going on before, it's from these dudes. As soon as you pick up the item from them, then they stop making those noises. Don't know what that's all about. This is not an illusory wall, so don't be fooled if you're playing online and you see messages saying that it is. Alright, then we'll head back over here. Okay, now over here you have a couple of options. You can just drop down straight there if you want, but there's also a ladder over here. They both lead to the same place, so it doesn't really matter what you take. If you weren't able to kill the Crystal Sage on that second part over there, he teleports to right here in the middle. But before we go over there, there's a Lothric Knight over here for us to kill. Buff his sword. Sometimes you're able to just like push him off the edge. Oh, that's some damage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep. Saw that coming. Dang it. Got greedy. I should have healed. That was dumb of me. And I also didn't unlock the very helpful shortcut that's in this place, so on our way back. That Crystal Sage luckily doesn't respawn, as it does have a set drop, so usually those types of enemies don't respawn. But we'll just come back up to this ladder. We should get back up there fairly easily. We do need to be careful in this area since we don't have a wax head. Alright, now we've made it back. Oh, he didn't even buff that time. Just went straight for it. Alright, we got our revenge. He's really the only thing here. You can see an item that we'll be able to get to a little bit later. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this area. Don't try to jump down to that roof. That is a insta-kill. Alright, now on our way over this bridge. Now down here is where you drop down for that crystal lizard. I don't really care about getting it, so I'm not going to take my time, but if you do want to get that lizard, that's how you would get it. Alright, over here to the right is an elevator. And we're going to take all the way down because this unlocks a shortcut. That's much easier than that ladder we took. Skips pretty much everything. We'll just pull this lever. And there you go. And of course, we're going to send it back down just in case. Alright, up here there's a bunch of these wax head dudes. Ouch. If they hit you with enough of whatever that thing is, you get slowed down big time. And yeah, so try not to do that. Okay, then over here is a chest. Couple of Titanite scales. Then up here to the right is a crystal lizard. And then back here is a ring. It's a fleshbite ring. Oh! And perfect timing. So you can see when you don't have the wax head, that's what happens to you. Those hands will just spread curse on you. So not fun. But that's actually what that fleshbite ring does. Is it offers curse resistance. Oh wait, sorry. No, that's a cursebite ring. The fleshbite is both curse, bleed, and poison, and frost. So it's kind of just all of the things combined. Alright, nothing over here to the right. We are now outside. You don't have to go down that ladder. It's a short enough drop. Okay. As we're going over here to this item, there is a gargoyle that's going to fly up and attack us. There are a few gargoyles in this outside area to be wary of. Like I said, these guys can be really glitchy, so sometimes they'll just do weird things and end up killing themselves. So if you're lucky, that's what will happen. Grab this Titanite chunk. Lots of chunks out here, so if you've been following along with the slabs that you can get up to this point as well, then you should be in good shape to fully upgrade your weapon no matter what you're using. Okay, so from this point we've got a few different options available to us. We can go up there, which is where we're going to need to go to fully continue on in the level. But as you can see, there's also a little drop down here that we're able to go to. So that's what we're going to do for now. Drop down here. There's some Corvians over here that we need to take care of. And then I can't remember if there's actually anything out here. This is one area that I'm still like not very confident in, like my 100% knowledge, just because there's so many different pathways to go, and a lot of them are just dead ends. If I remember right, this is just a debate, and there's actually not anything over here. Yep. Yep, so don't do that. Don't waste your time. Alright. Make our way back over here. Alright, so I don't believe you can, yeah, you're too big for that. So what you have to kind of do here, where that item is, you're going to have to do a jump. And as the reason I showed you why we sent Grey Rat off for one more pillaging, you don't have to. You can say no, like you don't have permission. You don't get to go. But he does come this way, and he does end up dying, and it's pretty sad. That's our boy. He's been so helpful to us this whole playthrough, but we're able to get his ashes, and we can turn those into the Shrine Handmade and still have access to his full inventory. That's the case with all merchants in this game. If you kill them, they will drop their ashes, and you can just take them to the Shrine Handmade, and she'll have those items for sale after that. But yeah, R.I.P. Grey Rat. If you don't want to see him die, don't give him permission to leave, and you should be good. Alright. Oh, I just realized we never went back down there, did we? Oh yeah, I totally missed this. Okay, there's a lever right here we can pull to the other moaning dude that we heard before. Thank you for the Scholar Ring. So much like the Knight Ring, that raises, I believe, your intelligence, I want to say, by 5. Yes. So that's good for like Orbeck from earlier in the game in the Crucifixion Woods. If you don't have the intelligence required to send him to Firelink, you could use that to temporarily raise your intelligence. That's what I've done because like I never go with intelligence builds, but one of the achievements is, you know, getting all spells in the game, so you need to have him available as a vendor in order to do that. Alright, on our way back to the rooftops. Alright, there's going to be a gargoyle right up here for us to fight. And that's what I'm talking about. Oh, but he's lucky. There is an actual drop down. Sometimes they'll do that just straight up, just right off the edge. We're not going to waste our time going back down there. But yeah, that's an easy way for them to accidentally kill themselves. It's pretty funny if it ever actually happens. Alright. Now over here are some crystal lizards, but you can see there's a gargoyle right there. So you can still go for these guys, but just be aware that that gargoyle, man, I cannot talk still today, is going to try to attack you. I never find much success with actually trying to get these crystal lizards because they just end up like falling down on the ground, or I get distracted by the gargoyles themselves. So if you're really hunting for those special upgrade materials, these are some of the trickier lizards to get during the game. Alright, so earlier you saw that little balcony that we could jump onto. We're not going to do that quite yet because I want to be able to unlock a shortcut that will make it easier for us to get back to this later point. More gargoyles over here for us to fight. Ouch. Jeez. Uh-oh, we're clipping through the roof. Okay, and you look down here, nothing to see there. Second gargoyle. I cannot say the word gargoyle for the freaking life of me right now. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that... my English is just not working today. I'm just going to call them Gargs from now on. I'm not going to try to say the full name anymore. Alright, nothing over here. We've got our third moaning guy up on this little section here. And he has an undead bone shard for us, and that will get our Estus to max power, so plus 10. And then this is the ladder that I was talking about. We want to be able to kick that down. That will give us quicker access to get back when we eventually go over to get that item over there. Alrighty. Now you're able to go outside here. That's where we want to go eventually. For now, we're going to stay inside for a bit because we have some things we want to go over here for. Watch out for these thralls dropping down. Then there is a red-eyed greatsword Lothric Knight here. Beautiful. And come out here. Oh, wait, yeah, this is the actual balcony. Okay, so, yeah, you can come drop down here earlier if you want to. This loops around in the same area. I was thinking something completely different, so my apologies there. Alright, and then, yep, so that's it for this little area. Okay, then if you're looking over there, you're probably like, okay, how the crap do I get to that part? That's going to be a little bit later here. Alright, so now, out here in this courtyard, there are 3 NPCs that are going to come and attack you. So prepare yourself. One is a melee build, one is like a strength melee build, another is a dexterity build, and another is a spellcaster. So they're going to come straight for you. This guy is wearing the Faram set from DS2, one of the coolest armor sets of the game for sure. Ouch. Yeah, the spellcaster, he's just going to sit at range naturally and just kind of be overall obnoxious. There we go. Luckily he is the easiest one to, or she is the easiest one to kill at close range. Oh, unless she parries you. Goodness gracious. She did it again. What is this, dude? Oh, man. I have never seen that. Back-to-back parries. Oh, I wish I was good at parrying at all in this game. I can only do it against Pontiff. And even then, I suck. Alright, then they all drop items for you to be able to pick up each of their weapons that they were wielding. Alright, and then right here, this is an elevator that takes you all the way down to the Grand Archives bonfire. So, very useful elevator, especially for, you know, potentially using for runbacks to the Lothric and Lorien boss fight. Okay, obviously the game wants you to go that way, and that's where we'll need to go to get to that fight. But for now, we're going to come up this staircase over here to the left. There's some more stuff for us to do here. Okay. So if we come around, I believe there's an item over here. Yes, there is. Alright, so now we're able to have access to the main roof of the archives. Now if you look up on that tower, those are winged knights, but these are like fully ascended ones. You can see that they're wearing gold armor, they got these giant wings. So they're basically just upgraded versions of the winged knights. They can be very tough, especially trying to take like all 3 of them on at once. Not an easy thing. However, they only drop down when you get close enough to the tower itself, like in a certain spot. So they are fairly easy to avoid if you don't want to, you know, mess with them. Which, if you don't, I can't say I blame you. It's not an easy fight. For now, we can kind of skirt around this circular part of the rooftop. You can also kind of mess your way up over here. Let's see if I can get it. Let's see if I can pull it off. There we go. Yeah. And then grab this item down here. And there is our final Estus shard that we've been looking for. That will get us to the max of 15 charges of our Estus. So if you've been following along with this walkthrough, you should now have everything to have both the maximum uses of Estus and the max like potency of them. I'm here to grab the Hunter's Ring, so like the Knight's Ring, where it's +5 strength, that is +5 dexterity. Nothing in here. This is another one of those rooms that I just hate because it's completely pointless. It's not an illusory wall or anything. Okay, when we drop down from this balcony, the Winged Knights are going to drop down. I don't like fighting them, to be completely honest, so we're going to drop down and then just skirt on through here. And then we can drop down into this cage. Well, first these little banisters first, and then this cage that overhangs the archives. We got a spell here that we can pick up. The Divine Pillars of Light. That's what the Winged Knights are able to use. Really cool looking attack. So if you want to go for a quote unquote like Winged Knight build, then that can definitely be part of your arsenal. Alright, plus a gem there. Then we're going to drop down to where this worm dude is. Or slug, whatever you want to call him. Perfect. Okay, and then there's a ladder here that we're able to go down. Just gotta remember if there's any other stuff up here. I don't think there is, but just want to be sure. Yeah, okay. Alright, so yeah, we can go ahead and drop down this ladder. This room always gives me big old, like, Astral Clock Tower vibes from Bloodborne. The rafters up there and the ladder in this spot is just like, it's very, very similar. Got some chests here. Neither of these are mimics. Divine Blessing and Twinkling Titanite. So, very nice. Alright, and then this is a shortcut that just, well, shortcut, quote unquote. This just leads you back to this earlier part, which we can use to drop down and then take this ladder that we sent down earlier. And there we are. And that is all there is to see in the Grand Archives. So now we'll continue on to where we just were. Still got plenty of Estus, so I'm fine continuing on. But if you want to go back to the bonfire, we unlocked that elevator that will take you straight here. So totally understandable if you wanted to do that. Alright, now for the ascent to the top of Lothric Castle itself. I really love this area because it is just, it feels very much like, oh, I'm getting close to the end of the game here. This is just an entire bridge full of enemies. There's 2 or 3 Lothric Knights that will end up coming down those stairs at the very end. And then right after that is the Twin Princes boss fight. So yeah, watch for guys hiding behind these little barriers. You can look up and you can start seeing those Lothric Knights coming down the stairs. My goal is to try to take out all these hollows before they get down here. Oh, he saw us. He's buffing. Luckily, the shield guys should kind of keep their distance. Ouch. Man. There we go. Oh, nice. We got a shield. How are you not dead? Alright. So that's all of the... Oh, there's an item back here I forgot about. Oh, no, it's just an enemy drop. That's why. Okay. So you can see that Lothric Knight. He's just standing up there. I believe he and one other are going to start coming down as we start approaching. Yep, they're both Great Shield versions. And then there's a third Great Sword guy way back there. So 4 Red-Eye Lothric Knights in total in this part. Yeah, I tried to kind of get them to aggro one at a time. Doesn't always work. Okay, there we go. One down. This guy is buffed with his weapons, so we're going to try to be careful. Perfect, now he's got the greatsword guy. Nice. I love it when they decide to buff right in front of me. Makes it a really easy kill. Okay, there you go. There is all the enemies for this part. Alright, if you did not kill Henri, if you did not do like that whole thing with her questline, I'm pretty sure her summon sign appears here if you're embered. I can't remember for sure. But yeah, depending on what you do, ending wise, there is a summon here that you'd be able to get you to help for the fight. So, boss fight is through those doors. We're not going to open them for now because I want to show you another shortcut. An elevator here. This is typically what I like to do for runbacks to Lothric and Lorien. It's a little bit longer in terms of the distance that you need to move, but you avoid all of those enemies entirely, so to me it's worth it. Okay, as we're stepping off, we're gonna make it go back up. So, if you remember from the Lothric Castle walkthrough, if you happen to watch that part of the video, then you know I was talking about this elevator and how it has 2 tiers. Well, here are those 2 tiers. So now we're able to go down with this one. And there is a Titanite slab down here for us to get. There you go. Then we'll send this back down so that we can get the proper elevator to go back up. But before that, we're going to run back to the Dragonslayer Armour bonfire. I'm going to go spend these souls real quick on some levels. And then, yeah, we'll be right back. And so now you see how to take that shortcut. Like I said, it's a little bit longer in terms of distance, but being able to avoid all those enemies on that little bridge and staircase area is totally worth it. Alright, so we'll be right back, and then we'll take on Twin Princes. Alright, we're back up at the top of Lothric Castle, and we're going to let these Lothric Knights just kind of move on. If you move in too quickly, they will notice you and start attacking you, so definitely worth just waiting. And here we are to one of the best bosses in the game. And our final Lord of Cinder fight.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender.
Alright, we're going to skip the cutscene like we do for the most part.
Unkindled
But this fight is... It begins just against Lothric's brother Lorien. Ouch. Which he has a nasty habit of teleporting. And that's kind of the main mechanic of the fight. Is just being aware of his teleporting. I know a lot of people, including myself, struggle with this fight on a first playthrough. This is one that... Oh, watch out. This is an attack that will send just a ray of light towards you, so just be aware it's a little bit delayed. More important in this fight than most other boss fights is making sure that you are targeted on him, because when he does teleport, the targeting will automatically point you in the direction that he's going. Yeah, try to just dodge his attacks to the right. That will give you an opportunity to attack. there. There's the stagger we were looking for. Alright, so that's phase 1. Obviously, it's not over. And now Lorien is going to come down and join the fight with his brother. And he's going to be casting all kinds of spells and stuff like that throughout the fight that can be really annoying. So be aware of him at range. And this is when the best part of the music of this fight starts. So, kind of the trick you want to go for here is getting it into a position where you can hit both Lothric and Lorien at the same time. So, like, in the back like that, perfect place to swing. Ouch. Nice, got the stagger. Alright, so that kills Lorien, but Lothric... Oh, wait. He's got a little bit of HP. Okay. I'm going to leave Lothric alive for now to show you. He's going to cast a spell. If you're in that area, it's going to hit you, but he will revive Lorien at like 60% health. So if you're not doing damage to Lothric, that's just going to keep happening over and over again. So once you do kill Lothric, then the fight itself is over, despite what Lorien's health is at. Ouch, I forgot he does that follow-up. Boom. And there we are. So you can see Lorien still has health, but because we killed Lothric, the fight is over. There we are. Our final cinders of a lord and the soul of the twin princes. Alrighty. Normally after beating Lord of Cinder, I'd go place their ashes on their respective throne. We are going to wait on Lothric's, however, because we still have one more area of the game to visit, of the base game anyway, before we want to go to the final boss. So that's going to be in the next episode. We're going to be heading over to Archdragon Peak. Then after that, then we'll go place the cinders down and make our way to the final boss of the base game. And then it'll be DLC time, which I'm really, really looking forward to. All right, but yeah, so that is it for episode 16, the Grand Archives. If you've been watching with me and been watching any of these episodes, I appreciate you taking the time to watch them and be a part of this. But yeah, liking and subscribing as always does a lot of good for me. You know, I'm a very small, I don't even know if you can call me a creator, because I'm just basically just doing this for fun. I've got a whole 6 subscribers on the channel right now, so woo, doing so good. But honestly, I love these games and I just love playing through them, so I figured why not make a walkthrough of them. So again, if you find yourself watching these videos, I really do appreciate it. It means a ton. But that is it for this episode. We'll see you next episode, in episode 17, for Archdragon Peak and another one of the best bosses of the game. So we will see you then.